All right, the title of the story is Am I the A-hole for saying that my son's fiance has an attitude? My son Blake got engaged to his then girlfriend Eve, quote unquote, right after she got pregnant. Me and her, I'd like to say, don't have the best relationship, but I do try to get on the same page as her. But what I've noticed recently is that she just doesn't like me. For example, I offered her and Blake to go see a house I found in the area we live in while they were looking. Blake agreed and was happy with the idea, but Eve didn't. Example 2. When she got pregnant, she returned the nursery and framed photos I bought and kept me out of the name suggestions. Example 3, which took place last night. Blake and Eve were stopping by for dinner. I asked if it was okay that I throw her a baby shower party, and she declined, saying her mom was already on it. I was upset, not gonna lie, and what she said was sort of the straw that broke the camel's back. I waited till she went to the bathroom and out loud told Blake and the family that Eve was being rude and unaccepting of me for no good reason. Blake asked that I calm down and apologized to me, but I told him that it was quite clear his fiance has an attitude and it doesn't work for me. She must have heard because she came back looking red in the face and told Blake she wanted to go home immediately. Blake took her to the car then, got back and started arguing with me at the door, saying Eve just heard what I said and that I messed up royally. I told him to take it easy. I was just stating how I felt about the way she's been treating me, and he said that if Eve has an attitude, then I should say the same about myself for the passive aggressive behavior and overbearing slights every time she's around. I was in dismay. The family got involved and told Blake that he shouldn't speak to me like that and that Eve could stop expecting us to walk on eggshells around her. I left them fighting and took a seat. He eventually left, but called this morning saying this was clearly a misunderstanding and that he wants to bring over Eve so we could talk. I told him she could come after he apologizes for the scene last night. He wasn't happy and claimed that I started this whole drama with my remarks. He went on to lecture me about how I should treat Eve and said that he won't let this keep going when the baby's here. I took it as an offense, and my husband agreed that Blake is being an enabler here. Neither of them called yet after that. My older son wants to speak to Blake one on one about it. Whew, this is a really, really new post.
Wow. There's so much in this. It's kind of crazy. So like there's two sides I see. I don't know if you're seeing them too. I
Yeah.
see the one where Eve, the mother-in-law, is mean or being rude. And then I see the mother-in-laws, and I just don't know who's taking what so like so seriously or taking it the wrong way. Because I think that they probably both want to like each other, but they just don't both understand each other or something. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. What do you think? Am I wrong?
I think something along the lines of that. Justin's nodding his head. What do you think?
This is an interesting story because the other story was from one perspective, but it seemed like a through line. This, you don't know the situation entirely. You're only getting the mother-in-law's perspective. So for me, I don't know if how she's really acting to her. I can't tell. I'm only getting her side. So for all I know, she's being crappy to Eve the entire time, and she's making little slights and stuff like that. It could be a combination of both of them doing it to each other, and it's just being back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then that just kind of broke there was a straw that broke the camel's back. So it's a little difficult to tell. Obviously, if you're just taking her perspective into account, then it's very obvious that Eve is being crappy to her. But it's the kind of story where I think there's two sides to it, and it's probably somewhere in the middle.
Yes, you literally just said so elegantly what I was trying to say. So.
Yeah, I feel like this is a hard one because it seems like the mother has some kind of preconceived notions about their whole relationship. She mentions that he proposed to her right after she got pregnant, so maybe there's a little bit of contention there where she's not happy, like maybe she feels like they're rushing into it kind of thing. I noticed that she did also mention that Eve didn't like the framed photos in the nursery and returned them. And so I wonder, like, is that something that could have a second side? That have a is there a reasonable explanation for that? Or was she just like, oh, that's not the ones that I wanted? or is there really an issue that she has with the mom? Like, I wonder what's going on. But
I
for the
feel-
same reasons, right? Like, we don't know. We
Yeah.
only see one side.
But the thing is, like, okay, I feel like the nursery is very much like the mom wants to decorate it the way she wants to decorate it. Like, I don't think that the mother-in-law should be trying to, like, I get it, it's just something sweet to do, but I think that for something like that, you have to get permission from her. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, I want to do this. I think this would look nice, but like, I'm not sure what your aesthetic is. Would this work? Do you have another idea? Do you know what I mean? But I think just giving her something might not have been the right thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally understood that as like there was a like some like a what is it called? A registry, and that she bought it off the registry. I don't know why, but she didn't say that, but that's how I took it.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
just assumed, I guess.
I don't know. I took it the other way that she just like bought it for her. Cause you know, like for example, I gave my niece, your daughter, a picture for her room, but I asked you about it first. I was like, hey, is this gonna actually match? I don't want to give you something if you know it's not gonna work. And you said it would be fine. But I feel like that's what you have to do because like rooms are such like a personal thing. Do you know what I mean? At least that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think what was it, the baby shower, her mom, Eve's mom wanted to plan it. And so I think that may be a situation where she could have involved the mother-in-law. That would have been a really nice chance for them to bond if they have been having this contentious relationship. But she's not obligated to do that. And so that's where I feel like I'm a little confused on this one. I really don't know. I do think it wasn't right for the mom, for the original poster to, in front of the whole family, say that. She should have had a private conversation with Blake and not been like in front of relatives and like we all don't like, because she was kind of setting up a situation for everybody to defend her. It seems like she didn't want to bring it up to Blake in a private setting, because maybe she was worried that she wouldn't have the support or the backup that she would have if she says it in front of everybody.
Yeah, I definitely think that was really not cool of her to bring the whole family into it because that's not fair. Because like if something like that happened, you know, of course you're gonna back up your mom, right? Like the rest of the family. So that's really not cool.
Yeah.
And that's just even gonna make it worse for this person to feel a part of your family if everyone's like taking her side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I want to see what other people wrote about this one. Yeah, let's see. So, what is the top comment on this? What? Okay, really? Of course you're the a-hole. Your son's fiance doesn't have an attitude. You do. She wants to decorate her own nursery. She wants to find her own home, and her mother is planning a shower. Your son and his fiance want to name their own child. They don't need your input. Perhaps if you were less intrusive and meddlesome, your relationship with Eve would improve.
I feel like this person feels a certain way, maybe because of their own experiences. It seems seems like they're projecting a little bit.
Yeah.
At least that's how I feel based on that comment.
Okay, here's another one. Also, want to add that it is your responsibility to welcome her into the family, and this isn't how you do it. You're the a-hole. Apologize, beg for forgiveness, ask her what she needs, stop with the demands. You're in no position to make any. She is the mother of your future grandchild.
I agree.
Maybe the mom is doing something to make this relationship the way it is, because it's just not going to be like that just because of one person. I don't think it would be like that. I don't think the son would tolerate her being mean to her mom constantly. That doesn't make any sense. So the mom has to be doing something also, because I think even though, you know, her son is defending Eve at every turn, maybe there's a reason for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. So overall, do we agree that this person's the a-hole, or are we like not? We're kind of like in the middle. Like, how do we feel?
Based on the information we have right now, you would have to lean towards, probably, at least my opinion, that she probably is being a little bit of the a-hole, with an asterisk saying maybe not quite the a-hole.
So we land somewhere in the middle.
I don't think we've had one like this. It's always been like a yes or a no.
Honestly, I think it helped me to read these comments because I'm leaning more toward that she's overstepping. And there was one comment that actually stuck out to me that said, Opie asked if she could throw the shower, then threw a fit instead when told someone else was already doing it. So she wasn't really asking, was she?
Oh, you know, I didn't think of it like that, but yeah.
But yeah, totally.
I do understand though the mom like keeping on trying and trying and being told no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Like I get like that frustration, but like I feel like sometimes rather than trying to like get someone's approval, you have to back off to be able to like, you know, let them come to you instead. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Yeah.
And I feel like she's just been trying and trying and trying, and now she just needs to back off,
Yeah.
which she unfortunately didn't do.
I think a long conversation needs to be had between her and Eve. And I think she needs to come to this with like a understanding heart and just be like, you know what, she wasn't trying to hurt my feelings. This is her baby. This is her journey. And I would love to be a part of it. But if she has specific plans, then I just kind of gotta back off and not make demands.
I agree. So I guess we all agree then. Or
I-
she's the a-hole.
I think, yeah, that's where I'm leaning right now.
She needs some coffee.